What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter. Sponsored by the One Football app for all your up-to-date football news. Make sure you scroll down into the description, download the app, and yeah, just enjoy that, guys. As usual, fights coming up. I think we're three and a half weeks out now. I put my 4 weeks out vlog up yesterday. So yeah, check that out. Fucking hell, mate. This is hard work, mate. I tell you, the fight is easy compared to this, bro. Fuck. Fight night, you don't feel anything, bro. It's just pure adrenaline, pure emotion, pure everything. You don't feel a damn thing. This is the hard bit, bro. This is the hard bit. Flipping hell. Full vlogs out. So yeah, just go back and watch that after this, man. It was bloody hard work training, I can't even lie. And yeah, I got my fight gloves here as well. My opponent's gloves in the blue. And I'll be fighting in the red on the night. So I got my gloves. And yeah, man, fight tickets. Flipping hell, mate. Fight tickets is in the link. Those are moving nicely. The VIP tickets are moving as well. They're moving faster than I thought. Like, I thought the VIP ones would be moving slowly, but they're moving just as quick as the usual tickets. So if you are looking to come down, you need to shout me before the tickets disappear. Once my tickets are gone, I'm not getting any more. Also, the GoFundMe link is in the description if you want to donate. If you can't come to the fight, then definitely donate. Obviously, it's for a good cause as usual, man. And yeah, I enjoy doing the charitable stuff anyway. And so you guys' donations are very much appreciated. And yeah, let's bloody get into your questions then. Obviously, it's we had a break, but a lot still going on. First one, S_Akiyama 4646. Would you rather be in the Europa League, a competition in which we can compete and try to win next season, or have no European football so we can focus on the league to virtually guarantee top 4 next season if we hire a good manager in the summer? I think for sure, I don't want European football unless it's Champions League. So we need to either win the Europa League or I'm not interested. It's that simple. Like, to be completely honest, win the Europa League or I cannot be bothered. Because what's the point? If we're not in the Champions League, what's the point in being in Europe, guys? Like, the only reason you should be in the Europa League is to win it so you can win the Champions League. So if you're going to be in the Europa League and you're not going to go all out to win it, let's just not be in it altogether. We saw when Leicester won the Premier League. I mean, yes, when Leicester won the Premier League and also when Chelsea won the Premier League, both teams had no European football. The way Manchester United are operating right now, they're not going to sign many players in the summer, which means our squad's not going to be deep. If you don't have a deep squad, you don't have a squad capable of competing on multiple fronts. So if you do have a shallow squad in terms of depth, the best thing to do is have less games to play. So eliminate the Europa League, rotate in the League Cup and focus on the League and the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? Focus on maybe winning the FA Cup and finishing in the top 3 with the squad that United will have, top 3 or top 4. That should be the objective for next season. So it's either we're playing in the Champions League and then we spend significantly and bolster the squad, or we don't finish in Europe at all, or don't finish in a European place at all, and focus on a very good league position and perhaps winning an FA Cup or something like that. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Also, while we're here anyway, I just literally got back from a meeting with Mark and Flex, innit? We linked up. We got some exciting new things coming to the United Stand. I've got a new show coming on the United Stand imminently. I'm currently building a new studio, so I'm going to be moving from here soon. I'm building a new studio, so I'm going to be doing my shows from there. Also, United Stand FC, obviously, you know, I coach the football team. We got some brand new content coming for you with the boys as well. I think I'm going to film the first one the first Monday of March, because we're playing in a charity tournament, not this Monday coming, but the Monday after, guys, which is going to be recorded, so the footage for that will be on the United Stand as well. That's for the Jason Roberts Foundation. And then the week after that, I'm going to start the United Stand FC footage. So we've got that and my new show coming. Flex will have a new show. Yeah, things are about to get even better, guys. Next one. If you could build the United squad around one player, who would it be? Player can already be here or a realistic transfer target. That is from Buzz7_. Has to be Paul Pogba. Until I know for sure that Paul Pogba's out the door, my mentality will always be build your team around your most effective player. And that is Paul Pogba. Like, he averages 3 chances created per game, statistically. When he doesn't play, we don't create 3 chances as a team. Do you know what I mean? So, it's just one of them things where it has to be Paul Pogba. He is super effective picking up the ball from deep and playing killer passes, which is why it's great to have a player ahead of him. He doesn't have to be the furthest forward, but you don't want him the furthest back either. You don't want him picking up the ball off the centre halves, but you don't want him having to wait to receive the ball. So having Bruno ahead of him and having Fred behind him is a brilliant place to start. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to see Fred as the deepest man, because he has the ability to break up play. He has the ability to distribute, and he won't have to be playing killer forward passes, because a lot of the time when Fred does lose the ball, it's because he's trying to play incisive passes. But if he's playing as the deeper man, he doesn't have to play them incisive passes. Pogba can play those, which he's better at. So Fred can just keep it simple and just be spreading it either side, which he does with both feet. So I think that the balance of the midfield has to be built around getting Paul Pogba on the ball to create and get the ball into Bruno, because Bruno can shoot. So I think that Paul Pogba, like, if anyone answered with any other player than Paul Pogba, I would question how much they know about football, because he's by far our best player. So until he's not in the team, you have to build the team around Paul Pogba. You have to. Do you know what I mean? If Paul Pogba wasn't in the team, out of the current players, you still need a man to get the ball to Bruno, so Bruno can contribute goals from midfield, because we don't get goals from midfield. So it's just one of them things. I think that the midfield is our weakest department in terms of balance. We don't have the balance in midfield. A lot is said about the attack, the strikers, but I don't think that that's our biggest problem. I think that getting the ball up to the strikers and getting the strikers in position to score is our biggest problem. So either way, the balance of the midfield should be the priority. At Bex_Junior, since Bruno was taken off the summer budget, how many players do you potentially think we will get, including the departure of Pogba? To be honest, I think if Pogba leaves, 3 players come in, and not 3 exciting players. I mean, like, if Pogba goes out, they'll probably use that money, bring Sancho in, and then they'll bring in a Grealish, which won't cost that much. Grealish will probably cost like 40 million or something. Do you know what I mean? And then it will be one less known player. So it'll probably be Grealish or Maddison and Sancho, and then one less appealing player. But I think if Pogba leaves, then you need 2 midfielders. You do. You need 2 midfielders, because Fellaini and Herrera left. We've only just brought in Bruno. That's 1. So there's still a need for another midfield. So if Pogba leaves, then you need 2 midfielders again. And you need a central midfielder as well. You need a CM, because you can't bring in Grealish and Maddison, because neither of them are CMs. That unbalances us, because then we're only left with Fred as a Fred and McTominay as CMs. Matic is meant to be a CM, but he ain't got the legs, innit? So, yeah. And I wouldn't see McTominay as a box-to-box. He's not, innit? I don't think he can do that. Pereira's crap and he needs to leave. So, for me, if Pogba leaves, then we need to bring in a central midfielder. We need to bring in a Grealish or a Maddison, like a more attacking midfielder, plus a right winger. So I think that very much depends on what Pogba does. If Pogba stays, we probably bring in 2 players. If Pogba leaves, we have to bring in 3, I would think. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Next one, it says Hubert Cruz should Pastor Fred return his place next season ahead of McTominay. Absolutely. Listen, guys, with all due respect to McTominay, he ain't that good, innit? Like, we were at a time where we needed a bit of fight, a little steel, a little of like bastard in the midfield because Fred wasn't on form, and we just needed somebody there to just give his all and battle and show passion. But technically McTominay is nowhere near levels, yeah, like to be starting for Manchester United ahead of Fred. Like, no way, innit? Like, it's not even comparable. Like, Fred is way better than McTominay. Put it this way, if McTominay was Brazilian, do you think he's getting anywhere near that Brazilian squad? Let's be honest, guys. Like, we love him because he's one of our own and he gives it 100%, but his 100%, yeah, is about 80% of Fred. So the only thing he's got is physical attributes over Fred. And honestly, if we're playing football the right way, his physique shouldn't really matter. So, nah. McTominay don't get in ahead of Fred. I think McTominay as a squad player to bring in every now and then, you know what I mean? Or to bring on maybe half an hour with the game to go when we're winning, just to shore things up and just to add a bit of bite in the midfield, I'm all for. But if we're at full fitness now with Bruno, Pogba and Fred and even Matic in there, because Matic can do a job in a stronger midfield unit, I think that McTominay starting shouldn't really happen. Let me know what you think about the McTominay thing. I know a lot of you lot are big fans of his. At MUFC_Butchro, given Poch's history of relying on fullbacks for width up and down the field, do you think he will prefer Dalot over Wan-Bissaka since the former is clearly better going forward than the latter? Bro, to be completely honest, I'd be more worried about Luke Shaw than I would be of Wan-Bissaka, for the simple reason, yeah, that Wan-Bissaka, at least he keeps the width. Poch likes fullbacks that keep the width of the pitch because he doesn't really play wide players. Like, Son played on the left, Eriksen played on the left, Ali's played on the left. All of these guys like to drift in. He doesn't play wingers that go down the outside, so he relies on his fullbacks for width. Luke Shaw don't give you width because he always cuts inside. He never overlaps. Do you know what I mean? And I said before, the only decent deliveries man's been involved in are dominoes. So because of that, I don't think Luke Shaw's got the stamina to play the way Poch would want him to. And I don't think that he plays the way Poch would want him to, because he would want to hold the width, go down the outside, put crosses in. He's not going to do that, innit? So I would be more concerned about Luke Shaw, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Because Dalot can play left back and he played left back for Porto. So out of the two of them, I'm not worried about Wan-Bissaka. I think that he's one player that doesn't need to worry no matter what manager comes in. He's first choice right back, and rightly so. And he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Let me know what you think about that, guys. And last but not least, official_Punzi, it says, is the Premier League's inconsistencies this season due to a lot of the teams rebuilding because of a lot of managers having been sacked? Absolutely. Absolutely. You look at Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal's inconsistencies purely down to the fact that all of these guys have new managers. Lampard's a new manager. It's his first season. It's Ollie's first full season. Arteta's now there. And then before that, Ljungberg was in charge. And then they sacked their manager. So there's been a lot of inconsistencies there. Watford have had inconsistencies because they've sacked their manager 3 times. Newcastle, inconsistencies. You've seen it all around. Everton, inconsistencies. The only teams that have really been consistent, the likes of your Leicesters, the likes of your Liverpools. I wouldn't even say Man City have been consistent, but they've been consistently better than everyone else, which is why they're still where they are. It's because they've got more stability in it. The lack of stability, because new managers are in charge, and also because a lot of clubs are going through a transitional period where they're not at their best on the pitch and they don't really have top managers in charge in it. So all of these ingredients are adding to just a shambles. It's an absolute shit show. Like, this is the wildest Premier League thing that man's ever seen. I think United are 8th and that, and it's all wild. Sheffield United are 5th or something. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. But I think it has to go down to that. If you've got any other ideas of what you think it might be down to, by all means let me know, guys. But it's all a bit wild, man. Yeah, that was your Rants Red Talk, guys. Let me know what you think about the topics. Obviously, smash your like on the video. Make sure you add up the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram. Also, check out the X and Rants channel. Me and my brother put out another episode on Monday. Every Monday at 12 o'clock on our channel. We put out Bants and Sauce as well. Yeah, and we got loads of content coming as well. Like I said, once I build that studio, we've got gaming content coming. We've got so many different things, and we're bringing Dispatch of the Day back as well. So you lot have got so much to look forward to this year, and me to look forward to as well, because I enjoy doing it. So big up yourselves, guys. As I said, make sure you check the description for all the links, the fight details, the tickets, the charity. Make sure you donate to that. We still got 3.5 weeks. 8th of March is the fight. I'll close the GoFundMe page probably the day after the fight. So yeah, you guys, it's been emotional. Big up for the support as always, and man, will catch you in a bit.